People who have been diagnosed with mental illnesses, what are some things you wish others understood about your condition? Mental illnesses require rehabilitation time after an episode, just like physical illnesses do. Mental health also requires preventative care, just like physical health does. Not every emotional response I have is my mental illness. I am a human being. I have human emotions just like everyone else. I can't just get over it. I can't treat it by not eating sugar, or taking a supplement or using essential oils. Taking my prescription meds daily is a strength, not a surrender to big pharma. That my mental illness makes it harder for me to see and change whatever is making my actions atypical. Yet I truly am trying my best to function and even thrive at any given moment. My getting by looks different from yours. I long to come off normally and any symptom visibility is highly embarrassing. My mental illness ultimately leaves me feeling lonely and vulnerable in social settings. Depression isn't feeling sad, it's feeling almost nothing. No happiness, no sadness, no anger, no enjoyment, no motivation. You can't will yourself out of it any more than you can will yourself 6 inches taller. What you can feel, at least in my experience, is guilt and self-loathing over being a shiftless, disinterested lump. Mental illness can be just as debilitating as physical illness, physical in quotes because most mental illnesses have physical root causes. I can't just control it, and stop blaming me for something out of my control. I need to be taught how to handle it, enough with the toxic positivity. It's not a light switch, I can't turn it off at my will. I wish I could tbh. It can't be cured with just be positive or get over it. Somehow I don't blame him. It's very difficult to comprehend if you don't have it. I have anhedonia. Basically I don't feel sadness, and it does bother me when people think I don't care. I do, I just don't express it in the same way other people do. Just treat me like you would normally. It's not a weakness, it's something I have to overcome on a daily basis. It's not a crutch either, so if I'm telling you I suffer from a mental illness, I don't want your sympathy or thinking I'm just using it as an excuse, because I'm not. I'm trying to share something with you personally so that you can understand me better. That we can't just stop being anxious or depressed. What do you have to be depressed about? Is the worst question you can ask, because the answer is always going to be, I don't know. You're awake for 21 hours a day? I could get so much done. No, you only think that because you can imagine what gaining 35 hours of sleep debt per week feels like. Not everyone has a little bit of it. Like a lot of people have a handful of it, and it's mindful to understand, just because you don't have it, doesn't mean no one has it. My insane down the rabbit hole thought process at the same time as trying to process my overstimulation during having a conversation. YKYK. We are everywhere and you likely don't know it. So when you want to call someone, including yourself, OCD for being rigid about organization, or call someone bipolar for having mood swings, you might be talking to someone who actually suffers from those conditions. I wish people understood that saying just be happy doesn't help depression and calm down doesn't help anxiety. That I can't just toughen up and stop worrying about little things that I'm aware are ridiculous to worry about. Also, if I'm having a panic attack or an autistic meltdown, please don't belittle me or call me a child for it. My brain feels like it's going to explode during these episodes, and I don't think you'd appreciate your brain feeling like that either. That anyone who actually has a mental illness doesn't drop it in conversation like some personality quirk, or make it an excuse for everything they do wrong. Why go to all the effort of managing it only to let it dictate who you are? It's bad enough you have to suffer it, let alone make others suffer you because of it. I wish everyone with mental illness would just take their medication. You can totally live a normal life with it. I have bipolar disorder and PTSD. I wish others would understand that even if I look happy or I'm functioning well, it doesn't mean I'm not depressed. Medication don't eliminate the problem, it just help. Stop asking when I'll be off meds. The answer is never, because the alternative to me not being on meds is me being suicidal, and I'd rather take the meds than die. I love when I explain what my illness has made me fail to do. And they say, but that's crazy. Yes, that is literally the definition here. I want to not get fired and or be able to make payments on time, so I don't lose my car and apartment. Really like to have life easier, really. That my depression makes me forget a lot of things. My mind is constantly fighting what I can't see. So if I'm not catching on as quickly, or remembering what I've just learned, my mind is somewhere else. I'm trying though. This is one of the bigger issues right now since I'm a grad student and surrounded by so many smart individuals. But certainly not the only one. I've long since stopped trying to make the normies understand me. They never will, so I don't try. It only takes up more of the mental energy I need to simply function. Basically my attitude is, If you can't handle me at my most unstable, you don't deserve me when I'm a savant. Edit for context: bipolar, PTSD, the trifecta. I used to be extremely depressed and I wish people understood that I wasn't acting sad for attention. I was so depressed that I no longer had the energy to act happy. That my inability to handle my emotions is not my fault. Not only is it a trait of my ADHD, I also was not taught how. If I'm off my antidepressants mood stabilizer, I'm not sad. I'm angry. Very angry. That's why I'm so standoffish with everyone.